Good morning. It's fairly early in the morning. I think like 7 o'clock-ish. And I'm here in Texas still. I'm still staying at, I stayed an extra night here at Yorkshire's just because by the time I got everybody on the planes and everybody where they needed to be, and Danny and Elaine and Andy's plate was a couple of hours late, so they were on, it wasn't actually a couple hours, it was only half an hour late. So we were kind of sitting around the airport until 6:30, 7 o'clock last night, and then came back here. And this is on a rural road, and I had to drive it a couple of times before today, so when I took him to the airport, you know, I wasn't lost. And I didn't get lost, it just seems longer when you're in the driver's seat than when you're in the passenger seat. I had a great visit. Miss Skeeter came over. Miss Skeeter came, and Jake came down from, and she's on Instagram, and Jake's got a new camera, and you know Jake just loves his Miss Skeeter, and so he had just gotten some wonderful pictures out here with her, and a few with us and stuff, and so you get to see the little crowd. I wanted to do a few more videos with Danny, but Danny, in case you don't see them in those pictures, you'll see him in the pictures. Might not recognize him, but he just wasn't. You know, he didn't really care whether he was on YouTube or not. He was just here to enjoy. We sat around a lot. We were going to go into Austin on Sunday and meet up at some of the pipe shops and stuff like that, but he just wasn't up to it. We had a long day Saturday. I say after we got him from the airport and we got him out here, Miss Skeeter and Jake showed up almost immediately. James showed up, of course, and started, you know, some dinner and stuff. And then GW, Bird's Eye Piper, my birdie, showed up, and that was just. And then Dodif. I know I say his name wrong all the time. He's the one that makes those cobs. You know, he brought out the prettiest rose cob. Of course, now it wouldn't, for me, it wouldn't be practical because it would end up being just another piece of art that I wouldn't ever smoke. But it was a gorgeous little piece. It was a long piece. And his wife showed up. She is just so cute. And a sensitive. I don't know if you guys know what a sensitive is, but you know, she feels that second and third, that third world. Probably been reincarnated from an old soul. She's just lovely. And James's wife showed up, Cameron, and she was so fun. And the kids were just great because the kids, they just come out here and basically entertain themselves. But I would too. You know, he's got a tent over there. There's a nice little stream with a bridge over, you know, a little lake down at the bottom. Lots of outbuildings with a lot of different entertaining things for kids. This place is just wonderful. And I was laughing because the bedroom is so high you can't get up on the bed without doing a little step up, you know. And he admitted it was a tall bed. But it was a lot of fun, and I just can't express to all of you guys how much I appreciated you guys coming out to see me and to see Danny. I'm hoping to see a few more as I go back on my way home because I'm traveling through Texas for the next, I don't know, I guess 10 days on my own. I don't have to be worked till Thursday the 16th or something like that, and you can bet your ass I'm not rolling into that driveway until, you know, the night before I have to go back to work. But it has just been wonderful. I'm having trouble keeping this lit, not because of any reason other than the fact that there's air blowing all the time and it's a little bit damp. And this was one of the things that GW left us, some German tobaccos and stuff. And I've tried them before, you know, so it was nice to, and I don't order it, you know, so it's nice that I just love being able to get little bits and pieces of a can as opposed to a whole can, because I'm the one that usually has the can that has to part it out. And it's nice to be the person that gets parted the can out too. Because I won't smoke more than, a third of a can of about anything before I start switching to other things and the other things. So I brought a bunch of older tins and some that I just do not like. Anything that has the word black in it, I know you'd think it wouldn't be, and I'm not prejudiced. Just so you know, my sister is married to a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful man, and their children are gold honey colored. So I have nothing against black. So don't take it that way. It seems like anything that when they put that black into the label of a tobacco, it's going to be very heavy, Lattice-ish. And, although I like Lattice sometimes, I'm just kind of one of those people that prefers my Virginias. And in this, like I say, it's just a Peterson, a nice little Dublin Peterson. Oh, you would be amazed. We were out here. And so GW brought a bunch of tobacco to share. Everybody brought tobacco to share. This table, this picnic table was just full of different kinds of tobaccos, and people were, trying this and that, and then pretty soon our tongues were burning out. It's like, I can't taste that no more. So it was a great night, and it broke up around midnight and stuff. So Sunday when we were going to go into Austin, we just couldn't do it. Danny had been up too long Saturday, because they got on the plane, 4 o'clock our time, 6 o'clock their time, and then he was up, for most of the evening, and then he just got too tired, and so it kind of brought on a seizure, and so he pulls through those, and once he pulled through those, he went to bed. He laid down and went to bed, and so the rest of us, we stayed and partied a little longer. A lot of drinking. Ooh, a lot of, and the hospitality here in Texas is just amazing. I mean, I know I'm a great host, but I never expected to be just, I feel like I've been rewarded, given a little bit of time to myself in a really quiet world here where his property is. You can barely hear the highway. I'm sure it's not a highway, it's just that the roads around here are very loud because there's, gravel and stuff on them. But to just be out here and not hear the sirens, and it was busy. When you have 4 or 5 people around you all the time, you don't get no time to yourself. So James was very nice about saying, "Oh, just stay another day," and so I did. And so now I'm going to go see Miss Steph, and I'm hoping to get in touch with Miss Skeeta again. But I think Miss Skeeter came out here, because she wanted to see Danny, and if she'd waited until I'm going back on my way home and stopped by to see her, she would have missed Danny. So Miss Skeeter and Jenk, thank you for driving the 4 hours, up here to get a chance to see Danny, because he so appreciated everybody. He might not remember names, but he remembers the Pipers. He remembers their YouTubes. He says little items about them that each of these Pipers has made an impression on him in somehow. And so he'll say, "Oh, that's the one that such and such," And then with Dodif, Dodif Pipes. And like I say, he does his carbs. He was telling me, even before the guy had sat down, he said, "I know that guy. What's he do with cobs?" And I said, he makes them into art. And he said, oh, yeah. He's the guy that had that nose burner that would really burn your hair on your chin. And I had no idea what he was talking about, but apparently they do, because I guess he had made a nose warmer that really was a chin warmer, kind of like an opposite curve. And he showed off some of his pipes, and that was nice. And I left a couple of pipes here with, as thank you gifts. But It's very hard sometimes, you know, and I understand it because people do it to me. It's really hard for someone to let someone else be gracious. And, oh gosh, you guys here have been just so nice to me. I don't know what I deserved. I can't think of a single thing I could have deserved that put me into such a great community.